So good morning, friends, and welcome to another amazing episode of Get In Get Fit series. We are at the 63rd episode of Get In Get Fit, and it's truly a very proud moment for me because we're having Jay for the second time, and I can only tell you that the friendship, the bondage has just gone better over the years, and when Jay had come for the first time, he had actually joined us as a part of, I think, session 17. And today we have almost crossed session 70. If I have to look at it, we are at session 71 today. And this is a very, very, very important session. Because for the first time, we have been having three speakers on our, forum. And this is going to be a very experience sharing session, and I am super excited to share whatever I have interacted with Jay, and I'm waiting to hear Rahul sir and Venkatesh sir also to join us and to speak to us and to share with us the kind of journey they have had. And I request all the participants to kindly keep yourself on mute at all times, and we will be recording the entire session, and I will we will be sharing with you the YouTube after the entire session, and I'm sure you will have lots of takeaways today. So with no further ado, I just want to get ahead with today's session. Our speaker for the day is going to be Jay. Of course, Jay Shankar, as his official name is. But it's been a very pleasant journey knowing Jay. And from the time JS or Jayendra Soniji, who introduced us, he said so many nice things about Jay, and that's how I called Jay. I tried to talk to him, and then he was trying to share his journey of, how he reduced weight, and he gave us a lot of tips last time also, and it was all things which you and I would feel after hearing, oh, I can try this, it's not going to be difficult. I mean, that is how simplified he put those tips in front of us. And today he's come back again, but this time it is like, if it works for me, it works for you also. So that is what he's actually come to convey. And here's two of his friends who's joining us. So welcome Mr. Rahul and Mr. Venkatesh to our Get In Get Fit series. And I'll be pinning up Jay right away because as I introduce, I want you all to see Jay. Just give me a second. Okay, so that's Jay for all of you. And a little about who Jay is, so that once he starts introducing himself and sharing his nuggets, it's going to be very, understandable and relatable. So Jay actually started his journey from, being 124 kilos, and he has lost 40 and become 84 right now. And it was all because of his the entire understanding of work and how people because of corporate life and lifestyle changes, how weight comes up, especially in your mid age. Right now I don't know if I could call it the mid 30s or 40s, because the life expectancy has increased. Nevertheless, after that, what were the real changes that Jay had taken and brought about this drastic understanding of his body, his physical needs, his eating patterns, and how the entire nuances of diet, if really monitored well and being very mindful, can bring a lot of change. So I'm going to first introduce only Jay, and once Jay comes up, and then I would introduce the others as they come up. So over to you, Jay. It's as always a fantabulous moment to have you. Kudos to our friendship, which kept going through the weeks, even beyond that. And lovely to have you as a part of our family. Over to you, Jay.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. Morning, everyone. And thank you so much for joining. And thank you, Doctor, for this second opportunity. Rarely we get second opportunities. So here I am with the second opportunity with this is not going to be too much about me. It's about two heroes here. We have Venkatesh and Rahul, who just followed through and could see a lot of difference. That's the theme, like Doctor had said. It's about can it be applied to everyone? It can get applied to one person, but is it possible for everyone? And is it simple enough to do that? So I'll just make a small presentation, and I'll have those two gentlemen, Rahul and Venkatesh, talking about their journey for about 10 minutes each. And then a small conclusion I'll have, and then we can have question answer session that would conclude this whole thing too. So I'm directly going to my presentation. Like the doctor said, one beautiful thing, she said about how the diet and all those things, and also about mindfulness. I would say this whole journey is more about mindfulness than anything else. It's a very simple quest to become the better you. Can you become the better you? That is the only thing that I had the thought in my mind. I've been exercising, I've been running long distances since 2015, but I didn't see much of my weight change happening until this thing happened to me during Corona. And then I realized it's not just about exercising, it's just not about running. It has got to do something more. So I was just trying to look at it. The first thing is, the most important thing about your health is realization. The realization is the most important thing. And I realized it when I saw a poster like this, which says, what you're looking is already inside you. That's the biggest thing that shook me up and said, there is something which has to come out for me to look better and me to be more healthier, right? So that was an important point that I had in my mind. So if you'll see my 2019, I exactly looked like what the guy in the fridge was looking inside like. And 2021, this is what I am currently. So this is possible, and it is possible without too much of confusions or too much of strict dieting and all those things. It's very much possible. It takes some time, but it is very much possible to do something like this. And question people will have always is, are both the persons same? It doesn't look very similar at all to me. Yes, they are same, but yes, they have changed also. In terms of me has changed a lot in that context. And when I ask people, everybody will say that I would like to be like this, right? So everybody, definitely yes. What about our mind? Are we clear about our mind? Are we clear in our mind that this is what the changes I want to do it, and these are the things I want to do? Otherwise, generally what happens is when we start with our journey, every now and then within 2-3 months, we'll have a lot of excuses saying that, okay, this is possible, this is not possible, I can't do this, I didn't do this because of this reason. So once you've decided, at least for a year or two, you need to be quite consistent in following it, and it helps you to really make the change. And by the time it becomes a habit, and then you're able to manage yourself with a little bit of here and there deviation that can happen. I'll give you one very simple example about defending yourself against COVID-19. Now it is still continuing. We're talking of Omicron at this point of a time. So if you go back and say there's an elephant in the room and it is still not moved, that is a fact. Today the world is again raffled, and it is again talking of booster doses, and it is talking of restrictions, and it is scared actually currently. So the elephant has not gone out. So what did we do for the last 2 years? Actually, we did everything that was told to us. Hand hygiene, social distancing, lockdown, vaccines, be careful, all those things was done. But there's one thing which is getting missed out is the host health, your health. That is the key thing. It's all about your immunity, and that immunity, the host health, comes from a very simple 5 steps. Yoga is one, which is largely, I would say, meditation. Sleep, very, very important. Eating, exercise a little bit, walking, a little climbing of stairs, lifting things at home. I'll tell you about simple exercises. During Corona, the maid wasn't coming, so I started doing my 3 bedrooms, sweeping and mopping. And one day I wore my Garmin. I was testing it out. A 3 bedroom sweeping and mopping gave me equivalent of 1 hour of running calories burn. So that is how easy it is actually. If we do our regular little bit of work, and a little bit of exercise, a little bit of movement, that itself is a good exercise for all of us. And apart from that, your food is going to be the main thing. And all that is going to relate to your heart and to your health and you being more immune and more stronger as you go on. So balance is very, very important. I would say that is what I've learned. I'm not a qualified nutrition. I'm not a doctor. So I'm not going to use too much of terminologies, though I would be able to answer you in detail on that at some point of a time. But I would keep to what a common layman can follow and do it very easily. So it's going to be very simple and clear for all of us to do that. So the most important thing is your diet. The food you eat, what goes in is what will show up. I always say, if you eat the right food, everything will get affected from your pelvic above, from your waist above. Whenever you eat a wrong food, everything gets affected from pelvic below. So that's how the whole thing starts showing up for all of us. So it's very important that we have the right kind of diet and we keep eating the right kind of food for all of us. If you'll see balance and calorie deficit, that's all it matters. Are you eating the right kind of food? And are you in a little bit of calorie deficit in case you're an overweight? In case you're not an overweight, all that you require is a balanced diet and a little bit of walking around to take care of yourself. Calorie deficit for those who have put on weight and they would like to reduce weight. So they eat lesser calorie, a little lesser, 15 to 20% lesser calories. That's it. I had shared last time my theory about very simple concept about cups and spoons. I would like to visually show you actually what happens is, how do we eat? Actually, if you'll go back and see, we eat our ice creams in cups and we eat our vegetables with spoons, a couple of spoons or something here and there. But actually what it should have been is the vegetables should be in the bowls and the ice cream should be only 1 or 2 spoons. That's how the balanced diet comes in. Because most of, whether you're a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian, your nutritions for which we run behind supplements actually can come to you with about 2-3 bowls of fruits and vegetables throughout the day. That is how your nutrition comes in, and you'll be hardly in short of your nutrients, except for maybe vitamin D and B12, which is a different source of coming in, and it doesn't come through vegetables. But most of your supplements can come to you through vegetables, even if you're a non-vegetarian. So that's a very, very important point that we need to understand in our food journey completely, right? If a good diet plan is what works with everyone, it has to work with everyone, then only the plan is very good. So I have some superheroes with me today who are going to talk about their journey. We have Venkatesh, the first speaker, who's from Pune. He's also my cousin, and he went through his journey in about 5-6 months. This is 2 photographs, which is about 6 months or 7 months apart, roughly. And he has thinned down since then also over a period of time. And the biggest effect which comes through this balanced diet is your waistline comes down, which is what doctors say visceral fat is not good for you. Even if you're obese, no problem. But if you have a visceral fat, that could create a lot of problem like fatty liver, etc. Right? So that is what is causing a lot of inflammation in our body. A lot of damages comes to our body through those kind of visceral fats. So that, if reduced, really affects us one. And we have another gentleman who is also, you can see, reduced a lot in just about 3.5-4 months time. He started in August. We had a chat, and then he started focusing on his diet properly. And Rahul Chandrapur, he is basically from a place in Maharashtra where the tiger reserves are there. Tadoba Tiger Reserve, the best tigers are available there. So I think he's going to be very soon a tiger there. Venkatesh has his own challenges. He travels abroad a lot. He travels a lot across continents. So his challenges are how to manage my food accordingly. So after his 6-7 months of him, he'll be talking more about it to all of us. So these 2 gentlemen, I'll just stop sharing and I'll pin Venkatesh, I think, who would speak initially, and then I'll have Rahul, and then I'll have a small conclusion for it. It's not very complicated. It's very simple food habits that we need to continue having it, and which is what I'll be concluding once these 2 gentlemen speak. So I'll just pin Venkatesh in a minute.
Okay, so thank you so much, Jay.
Venkatesh, just a moment. Let me pin you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Venkatesh, you're pinned.
So thank you so much, Jay, and thank you, Dr. Vidya ma'am, for having given me this opportunity. It's always a pleasure to share your fitness journey. So we always talk about weight reduction when it comes to fitness journey, and weight reduction is something which has happened many times in my life. Okay, so it's not that I have lost a lot of weight now. Even previously, I have made many attempts, and this has been going on since I was in my 30s. And naturally, I was very obese. And one of the reasons why I have not been able to sustain my weight loss is because I had never understood the science of fitness, the science of nutrition, the science of exercise. Okay, and eventually, I think the best what has happened to me was my discussion with Jay last year. And to be very precise, I think it was 25th of December. It was a Christmas day. And then I called Jay because I could see, Jay was posting a lot of his pictures, his transformation journey in the social media. And, when you look at a person, okay, you identify that this guy has reduced scientifically and not just by, cutting his diet and so on. And so my interaction with Jay actually changed my perspective in fitness. So immediately I decided that I should not focus on just weight reduction, but I should focus on my overall fitness. And weight reduction is just one of the side effects, the positive side effects which comes. So I have done a lot of mistakes in the past. So that's one of the reasons my weight loss was never sustainable. So I learned a lot of things. I would like to summarize what exactly I learned. I mean, not just with my interactions with Jay, but also with a few other experts in the industry. But of course, Jay has been very, very influential in my nutrition and overall fitness journey. So number one is there is just one truth for weight loss, which is go on calorie deficit diet. It is very, very important. First, you'll have to measure. And if you want to achieve anything, any project you undertake, you have to first baseline and measure where you stand. And I was quite surprised that I was consuming nearly 500 or 600 calories more than what is really required. Okay. So, of course, I had embraced strength training way back in 2016, but that is all I was doing. But strength training, my trainer always, I have a personal trainer. I still have the same trainer. He's a pretty good guy. But he was always telling me that, abs are made in kitchen. Okay. So you can work out 1 hour, 2 hours a day. But if you don't focus on your nutrition, then you don't get anywhere. So the very first thing I did was, I downloaded Healthify Me app. I was not knowing anything about it. Jay had suggested that I first download and I start measure the measurement. And then the first week I realized that I'm having 500, 600 calories more than what is required. So the base calculation is the TDEE, the total daily energy expenditure. So in my case, it was close to 2,200 calories or something. So then I started going on a calorie deficit diet. So I did not reduce so much. I stuck to about 500 calories. The Healthify Me app itself actually tailors the whole thing for you, and it is diet since end of December last year, and within a month I saw that there was a reduction. Okay, so I started with about 85 kgs. And even earlier, I used to be 85, 86 kgs. I used to come to 80. But, going below 80 used to be a really big challenge. Okay, this is first thing I started. The second thing is I thought I should also focus on improving my metabolism. This is something what I learned from Jay, that, just going on a calorie deficit diet and working out is not enough. But overall, we have to put efforts to enhance your metabolism. So what are the ways you enhance metabolism? Number one, I embraced intermittent fasting. Okay, because what I learned is that every body, human body is made for self-defense, and it takes itself into self-maintenance mode every day. Just in the factory, the way you take the machines into the maintenance mode, periodically. Similarly, the body also takes itself in self-maintenance mode every day, provided you fast for more than 12 hours first. So the 12th hour, after the 12th hour of fasting, the body knows that, okay, fast for some more time. So let me take it into self-maintenance. And what I have realized is that the maintenance cycle is anywhere close to 3 to 4 hours. That is why the 16-8 intermittent fasting is very popular. So after the 12th hour of fasting, if you continuously fast for a few days, then it knows that you're not going to eat anything. So it takes itself into maintenance. And here, I think there are many things which happen in the body. The very first thing is that the inflammation gets reduced, and all your body ailments which are hidden, right, deep buried. So all these things are killed. And there are evidences that intermittent fasting can also kill a lot of cancerous cells. And in my case, the best thing which has happened is right from my childhood, I've been having those migraine attacks. Okay, and a lot of acidity issues, gas issues. And during the COVID time, it was only getting worse. So intermittent fasting has completely cured this ailment, which I've been having for, decades together. I would say nearly for about 25 years, 25, 28 years. And I've completely got rid of it. And then my metabolism has improved. And 16 hours of fasting, definitely, it has helped me reduce a lot of inflammation. And weight reduction has been a side effect. But now it is very important that many people say that intermittent fasting is just a strategy for calorie deficit, but still, eating the required calorie in 8 hours also is a big challenge. It's not so easy. At the same time, you can't go more than 500 calories of deficit. So in my case, I was also working out pretty heavily, and it's required. So that was a challenge. I was eating a lot. I was not monitoring, my weight every day, because you don't need to. I mean, many times you may not even see that you have reduced a lot of weight on scale, but if you see the measurements, the waistline goes down. By the way, my waist was 36 for several years, and now it is 32. 32 is a kind of dream for me. It was a dream for me. And it is still going down. Even 32 pounds are getting loose. So intermittent fasting, and then the other way to boost your metabolism is strength training. It is in your body, it's only the muscle which has to be broken multiple times. You can't break your bone. Okay, if you break your bone, then you have to get it fixed by the doctor. But muscle is something which is supposed to be broken infinite number of times, and every time actually you break and it recovers, it gets stronger, and it becomes stronger, and there is a better growth of muscle. So this is a second secret where the metabolism gets boosted. So intermittent fasting is one, and strength training. So these two contribute to your metabolism. And coming to diet, talking about the calories, I mean, okay, I know I have to reduce 500 calories, and the rest of calories also have to be quantified. Okay, so I learned the art of quantified nutrition also from Jay. It is required to have a balance of protein, carbs, and fats. So, if my consumption is 1,800 calories, I mean, it can come just from one pizza. But, my entire metabolism gets screwed up. So for me, I had a fixed ratio. I think Healthify Me fixes a ratio by default of 50% carbs, 30 fat, and 20 proteins. And once I started measuring the macros, I realized that I was low on fats. Okay, so if you want to reduce fats, you can't deprive of fats, but at the same time, you need to go for good fats. So good fats doesn't mean just the animal fats. So one art, there is one thing what I learned from Jay is you need to have a good mix of proteins and fats. It can't come just, proteins can't come just from the animal. So I started, as I moved forward, I started jotting down how much of protein is coming from animal, how much is coming from plant. And he got introduced me to eating seeds and nuts. Earlier I didn't have, I mean, I used to have nuts, but I used to take nuts just like the way, I used to snack on nuts, and not the healthy way of doing it. So later I realized that, two raisins itself is actually more than enough. 2 raisins, 5 almonds. I mean, you eat anything you want to, but you fit in your macros. So macros is just calories, the amount of calories you want to eat, and how much of it is coming from protein, how much of it is coming from fat, and how much is coming from carbs. So this is very important. So time to time I used to tweak this. Sometimes I used to go on 30% carbs, 30% proteins, and I used to mix this ratio. It's always fun. Once you tame your body, the body starts speaking the truth. Okay, so you start listening to the body. For example, last week I was a bit ill. I was down with flu, and all my body wanted was just oranges and guavas. So it demanded. I felt like, I mean, guava and oranges are never my best fruits, but my body started demanding. So similarly, sometimes your body may want to have some sweets. So just go ahead. So I think the quantified nutrition, calorie deficit diet, strength training, these three are the best secrets. And rather, these are the three things what I had followed. And here I am, and the journey continues actually. So from 86 kgs, so today I am 73. My goal is to come below 70, because my ideal weight is still 68 for my height. But I'm not putting any special effort. I just continue. Just to give you an example of this intermittent fasting, it's never a burden for me. It's become a lifestyle actually. So early in the morning, I don't have to depend on anyone. So what I do is I finish my last meal by 8 o'clock. So after 8 o'clock, nothing goes in my stomach. Okay. And I used to be a breakfast person, but I've got rid of my breakfast. My first meal is at 12 noon. So in the morning, I take my black coffee and work out. And there was a time when I used to go to gym with a banana, with some nuts, with a milk coffee, and still I used to have some blackout in the gym. It used to be difficult for me to progressively overload. But now, just with a black coffee, I can lift more. I have my own gym at home. I am pretty much equipped, and I progressively overload. Progressive overloading is very, very important. For example, today, if I'm able to do a squats with 100 kgs, and till the time it gets easy, I do with 100 kgs. The day it becomes easy, then I increase my weight by 10%. Okay, so that's the way it should be, because otherwise the muscles will not get broken. Yeah, so just to give you, coming back to the point of intermittent fasting, I had actually come out of this routine for a month, because I was on holidays, Diwali and so on, and I had gone to Bangalore visiting my family. So you don't want to skip on nice breakfast and so on, but my body did not accept. When I did for about 3 weeks, for the last 1 week I was having a bit of headache, and I was not aware. I thought it's a climate change, but this was a signal the body was giving me that, hey, get back to the routine. So I started intermittent fasting again, and my headache has completely vanished. Okay, so with that, of course, open for questions. Once again, thanks very much, Jay. Thanks, Vidya ma'am, for the opportunity.
Thanks, Venkat. I'll just pin Rahul. Rahul, you can continue once I pin you. Just a moment. Why am I not able to do that?
Good morning, everyone, and really thank you, Jay sir and Dr. Vidya ma'am, for giving me an opportunity. Like, I'm very beginner. What I can say that I'm a big beginner to this. After hearing to Jay sir and Venkat sir, I'm really, you can say, I'm with the primary experience what the Jay sir has told me. And I feel really lucky that I got a chance to interact with Jay sir when by chance we went to Chennai, and because of our MD's birthday celebration and the anniversary celebration of SIP, we went to Chennai. Got a chance, sir, Jay sir, how you have done this much? So he said, it's very simple, you all can also do. So then with one of our colleague, Mr. Pradeep, then he has fixed a small session on Saturday evening. And then the Jay sir has given some small suggestion to us. And that made me feel that, okay, I can also do, because to share with you all, I'm from my childhood, I was obese. My weight was very stagnant, and 108 was my weight from last many years. You can say between 105 to 108. Yes, at the time of marriage, I have reduced some weight by joining gym and all, but then also slowly, gradually, then it has got increased, and it was there from 105 to 108. And it was really, it means then I started some kind of feeling that no, I have to reduce, I have to reduce. So I've tried something like for 2 months, 3 months, like some walking and then some strict diet and all. Then I got the result by losing some 2 kgs or 3 kgs in a period of maybe 3 months or 4 months. But then again, the same journey, then what the Jay sir said, it means we cannot continue. But after listening to Jay's session, I'll just like to say with my primary experience, that's very, very simple to reduce weight and to give a new life to us. Very, very simple. So the only thing which I followed was I was not eating when I was very hungry. Like what we used to do, like we eat when we are very hungry. And I've realized that when during the journey of last 4 months, I was eating only the meals 3 times in a day, and I was eating very, very proper diet. What the Jay sir has suggested, I've skipped my, like you can say, wheat and rice, and I've shifted to some other thing like jawar, bajra, then some other things. And slowly, gradually, I started feeling that has given me new energy. Like every day it comes with a new energy, and I was feeling that okay, my weight is also getting reduced. So, and within a period of, you can say, 2 weeks, it was experienced. I started getting the feedback from my family. I started getting feedback from my friends. No, your weight is getting reduced, and even I was feeling very energetic, because what used to happen before that, after lunch, then my I used to, okay, now after lunch I was nowhere like meant to do some kind of extra work or some kind of, again, I go to office and to do some kind of work. But now I've got a new energy. So thank you, Jay sir, for sparking the new energy in me, and that will going to help me really for my entire life. So means, as I said to you earlier, that my journey is very, very new. In last 4 months, I started from 10th August. Before that, I was not very much aware that okay, I have to do this. So I'll just come up with the mistakes which we do that into a weight increase, instead of that what I did for the weight loss. But the main mistakes which I was doing that has resulted in my weight increase. I'm a total vegetarian diet I was having, but what I used to do, I used to have a very, very heavy lunch. Like means I used to have breakfast earlier, maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and a light breakfast. But then after a gap of almost 6 to 7 hours, when I was very hungry, I was eating my lunch, and in my lunch I was eating like jo bhi aa raha hai, means I was eating that. So maybe 2 chapati, 3 chapati, then a rice also, then everything. So that has resulted in means that has resulted in gas problem. That has resulted in many other kind of problems also. I was feeling some kind of depressed also, like and energy level and everything was gone down. But then I've started realizing that you have to eat at a very right time. And the second point which I like to mention to all the dignitaries over here, the water intake. What the Jay sir has told me, that you need to focus on the water intake. So I was skipping to drink water like almost for a period of maybe 4 hours or something. So when I was then I focused to drink water at a very right time, and that has helped me really to reduce the weight. So means maybe after maybe so I can come up with what the Venkat sir say, that I was still now I'm not focusing for the micronutrient or the macronutrients, but right now I'm just focusing that I should have a meals 3 times in a day, not more than 3 times in a day. And yes, I'm trying to have what the intermittent fasting. Still, I also advocate for the same, that I finish my last meal maybe by 8:30 or so, and I do not eat till 11:30 the next day. So that has really helped me to reduce the weight, the intermittent fasting. The second thing is the food at a very right time and in a very right quantity. Like now I used to have what the very simple formula, like you need to have the things which uh, I was eating with a spoon. Now I'm eating in a ball. Like you can say katori, and the earlier which I was eating with a katori, and now I'm eating with a spoon. I've reduced my sweet intake. Earlier, when I was eating sweet, okay, chalo, I've taken one, then I've taken two. But now, yes, I've limited, and I've somewhere uh, for the first month it was difficult, but now, yes, as the Venkat sir say, your body will going to say by yourself that you have to stop. So in that way, your body supports you, and your body supports you with the reason. Okay, you have to, like, somewhere you have to stop. So the food intake, and you can say the water intake, food on time, and it is really will going to give you a new birth when you have to focus on all this thing. And I hope all of you, those who have joined them, might be focusing on the various health parameters and all. But those have not yet started anything. They can just start, because since means I was carrying weight of 108 for almost 15 years. So when I can reduce, so anyone can reduce. So like it can be like suitable to anyone. And yes, it's very simple, very simple. Just to focus on the food, and the right amount of food, and the right amount of water. And right now when you talk about the exercise part, yes, I'm only doing a block, just 20 to 25 minutes of brisk walking, that only I've started. Yes, gym part and all I've not yet started. So it's going very simple, like by a very simple way I'm losing the weight. And it's not somewhere it's stressful to me that no, I cannot eat this, I cannot eat that. So if let's in this the last month of the Diwali, I've eaten lot many odd stuff I've eaten, but I've compensated that in the evening. If I've eaten in the morning, then I've compensated in the evening. So uh, that's all I can say. The thing is, we need to focus. Like I'm just focusing on the food intake. So I'm there with a new meal plan, and that my entire family is also focusing. So we need to discuss with the family members also, because sometimes it happens like I'm having some another diet and my family is having some other diet. So that implementation also we have done this time, which we failed to do the before. Okay, I was doing from my side only. So it doesn't given me the result which we expect. So our entire family is following that, and everyone is experienced some kind of a new change. So thank you, Jay sir, that it has helped me to convince my family members also that we can reduce the weight by simply eating the very right mix of the food, and that too with very the things which we don't need to any fancy food, we don't need any kind of things which we heard from a means in the news channels, or which we heard from the like modern nutritionists, that you need to have like some kind of the elements which are not in your city, which is not grown in your nearby farms. So whatever is there in your city, whatever there is in your locality, you can have that. It's not that you need to spend too much amount of money to get that amount of nutrition. It's there at your home, and that you can eat. And simple, like you can fill your in the breakfast. I'll just say with a simple plan which the Jay sir has given, like a simple bowl of a curd, which was there at the last meal. We used to eat at the last, like curd. Then you can say the salads, or you can say have some kind of roughage, which we generally have as a side dish. Now I start with that thing as a first. Like when I start with my breakfast, I start with some fruits first. Then I go with some kind of the main dish. Now it becomes the side dish, like pova, upma, dosa, or whatever paratha. That has become the side dish, because my stomach gets filled with this thing only, like fruits, the nuts, and the curd. Then the same thing happened with the dinner or lunch also. Like my I start with curd, I start with dal, which earlier we used to start with the roti, where we eat 2 3 rotis, then we go to some kind of sabji and all. But now I finish my bowl first. So even I'm lucky to that I get a chance to have a lunch with Jay sir. And he said, "Aapne dekha tha na that how I used to have my lunch. So I just finished with my vegetable first. I eat lot of vegetable, and that simple tip really, sir, I'll just say that he can become a very good health mentor for everyone, like, you know, and that too in a very sharp tone. He is having some kind of few jargons which he uses, like "karne se hoga," है ना, that somewhere in your mind sparks you, like, up when you do something, then only something will going to happen. But बहुत ज़्यादा, and you don't have to do lot of things, simple things you have to do, but by doing simple things, you can make a big difference in your life. So I can conclude, and thank you, Jay sir, for giving a new life altogether, and thank you SIP that it has given me an opportunity to interact with Jay sir, and I got a contact with Jay sir. And sir, thank you for giving me an opportunity. I'm not a good speaker to speak on this topic at this very beginning, because you all are there with such a great experience. So my experience in the last, I can say, anyone can do. If I can do, like any person, small person, anyone can do with a very simple thing. Just, and it helps you with a lot of good things. And my energy level, even you can say my business, my focus, my concentration, everything has got increased. My affection towards the family, and every small thing which was getting somewhere ignored, now it is getting focused. Now if even for a one day I leave the entire work, so it don't give me the entire tension and all. So lot of good thing is happening. I hope that will going to definitely is having some kind of good effects with my internal body also. My, like, my heart, my liver, everything is getting you can say refreshment ho raha hai, and getting a good things in my body also. So thank you, Dr. Vidya ma'am, for giving me an opportunity. I know I have not mentioned the very right stuff, just my experience, what I've got in the last 4 months. So that's what I've shared. And thank you, Jay sir, for giving me an opportunity to speak to such a good dignitaries and such a good, like, you can say, listener. And thank you really from my heart, like, you're giving me opportunity. Hopefully I'll going to continue this and for a period of more months, and I can then share with my good experience that what I'm going to do in this 6 months. So thank you, Jay sir and Dr. Vidya ma'am, and thank you to all.
Rahul has been very humble. He's not been telling that he's lost 9 kgs in spite of Diwali sweets in the last 4 months.
Right, sir.
Great commitment, Rahul. Thank you. I think you heard from Venkatesh and you've heard from Rahul also. These things are very simple. So I'll just do a small conclusion for you to take it back. See, what happens is generally we talk about macros, micros. What I realize is a lot of us may not be very attuned towards these words and all. What is macros? What is micros? Where does it come from? Few of us are really passionate about it, but most of us will like to have a much simpler way of understanding this. So I'll just share my last few slides, which will give you some kind of a neck which you can apply in your thing. A little bit of, like Venkatesh said, a little bit of strength training is very important because it builds up your muscles. I didn't post, I could show one photo, but today I don't have it now, where, like, I have reduced weight in terms of toned up, but my weight loss has been only 500 grams in about 8 or 9 months. So it's been hardly any weight loss. That's because my fat has come down and my muscle has gone up. So that's the importance of strength training, that you can do that. I'll just make the last part of my presentation. So you saw these two gentlemen talking about it, and both of them in about 7-8 months could see a change of 8-9 kgs, which seems very big. It's not very easy to lose so much, but it is done because of calorie deficit and being more mindful, like Vidya says. So let me summarize it in a very simple language. So how should my meal plate look like? This is the most important thing that you must understand. Each of my meal plate, how should it look like? So if you go back and check, it's in this sequence, which I would explain to you. The 50% of your plate should have vegetables or fruits. Fruits I would recommend for breakfast, because that is when you don't have too much of vegetables, unless you're a North Indian. And the lunch and the dinner should have at least 50% of it being vegetables, right? So that is a very important part. The second important part, and more important part is 25% should come from protein. Now, the best part about it is when you take protein, it also comes with a fat. All the protein, natural protein, come with fat. So it also takes care of your fat requirement for your body. So that way it is good. Add a little bit of ghee or butter, or you can add anything to your. That's how for 2 billion years the human have survived, and that is how your genome is designed for. So don't get worried about fat. Doesn't make you fat. Actually, it is a carb which makes you fat. Protein is very important for the vegetarians. The most natural way of protein. That's why I've been talking about curd a lot. 2 cups of curd per meal. That is breakfast, lunch, dinner. Each of them, 2 cups of curd will give you good amount of fat and good amount of protein. Non-vegetarians can replace this with an egg or a non-veg as they prefer. But protein is very important. They come through your seeds. They come through sprouts. They come through a lot of things, especially legumes, the beans. The beans actually give you a lot of proteins. So for a vegetarian, I'm talking of. Non-veg people have a huge amount of scope to have this protein and fat coming to them. The last and the least, but the very important point is what is written there. You must read it. You must have carb, but it should come from whole grain. The wheat, the way we prepare things out of wheat, it is never a whole grain. It is completely shredded and completely filtered grain that we have it, which has no fiber. So have whole grain. When you make pulses, also try to make a lot of pulses with whole grain, not from the polished pulses, and have a lot of carbohydrate with fiber. Even your fruits are carbohydrate, huge carbohydrate, fructose they have, but they have a lot of fiber. So the fiber takes care of it. Like you have beetroot. Beetroot is high on carb, but the fiber ensures that the carb is not released in one go into the body. And you have all these natural carbs which comes in seeds and fruits are coming with a lot of fiber. The fiber holds all the quick release of glucose into your bloodstream, and hence a lot of complications will come down because of that. So I would always say vegetables, don't worry, whatever vegetables, enjoy and have it, whether it is cooked, whether it is in a salad form, it is yours. Sprouts also you consider within protein and vegetables only. So you can have some sprout salads or sprout sabjis and sprout curries. You can have it, a lot of them. Grains as much as whole grain. That is why millets is the best option. Like he's talked about, Rahul talked about bajra and jowar. So you can have foxtail, you can have any of the millets, which is generally comes with a lot of fiber, and it is very packed and nutritious to all of us. So nutrition is something that I would rather talk about, and that takes care of everything for you. Let's make it simple. Let me connect all these looks very scientific, but let me make it very simple for you. Now, for a South Indian, this is something that is every time we see, whether we go to a marriage, whether we go to whether home, everything. This is how our typical lunch and dinner, and our generations, our grandfathers always had this. So the key part out here is this portion of your leaves, that plate, should be 3/4 of your food. Very simple. This should be the 3/4 portion of your food. As simple as that. And what is served at the bottom should be only 1/4 portion of your food. If you can think of this and design based on this, you can never go wrong. Your proteins, your nutritions, your macros, everything will get balanced properly. So what happens is we do the bottom portion as 3/4, where we take rice 3 or 4 times. We may have a puri also in this, and we sometimes may have a lot of sweets added to this. So the bottom portion is what is causing us a problem. So that if you leave it to 1/4 portion of your food daily, and the top portion leave it as 3/4, that will be the best. Going for my North Indian friends, very simple. You can see the 2 things that I'm circling: roti, rice, papad, and the gulab jamun. Now, if that can be your 1/4 portion, and the rest of the things as your 3/4 portion, you're done with. Even when in a normal home, food is served, the top portion is with vegetables and dal. Have it as much as you want. The bottom portion is with chapatis and rice. reduce that to 1/4 of your portion. So you can keep it as simple as that. It will take care of your protein. It will take care of your nutritions. It will take care of the balance. It will take care of the macros very, very easily. So it's much simplified than what I had explained 1 year back to some of you who were there and to Venkatesh. And it is far more simplified. In fact, Rahul had given simplified thing. This is far more simplified for Rahul. Actually, Rahul will say that this is even more easier and quite simple to follow. So it's always about in your plate, what is on the top, what is on the bottom. The top is 3/4 and the bottom is 1/4. And you're done and you're clear doing. You will never make that mistake ever happen to you. So my 3 square meals, I want to just explain to you: breakfast, lunch, dinner. And the most important thing is the sleep. And the even more important thing is the 3 hours difference between the dinner and the sleep. Not everyone will go for intermittent fasting. Everyone will think about intermittent fasting a lot. Intermittent fasting helps, but at least keep a 3 hours difference between each of the food, between breakfast to lunch, lunch to dinner, dinner to sleep. This 4 portion should have 3 hours of gap. And that itself will reduce a lot of problems that we may have because of food, because food needs to get digested and need to be supplied to the overall body. Avoid snacking. Snacking is not required at all. I'll tell you why you need that urge of snacking comes up. That urge of snacking comes up when you have a refined carb heavy food. Refined carb is like any of the flour, wheat flour or maida, or you have upma made out of wheat germs. All these are refined carbs. So this increases the sugar in your blood, and the sugar crashes after some time when it is utilized. When the sugar crash happens, there are enough insulin in your body still, which starts demanding the food, and hence you start craving. So that is why your snacking comes up. So if you have a wholesome breakfast, which is balanced, the way I had explained, the lunch, which is balanced, and the dinner, which is balanced, you'll never feel like having snacking in between. You will not feel that initially may be there, but over a period of time, as you cleanse up your system, you will not feel that I need to have a special snacking for it. There's another reason for you feeling that snacking requirement. Actually, if you have not given your body enough protein, that is enough seeds or enough of curd or enough of non-veg or egg you have not eaten in your meals, the body will demand protein, but it doesn't know to say protein. It will ask food. So in that case, what happens is we give it more carb instead of giving protein, and it again craves for more protein. Same is with fiber. If you have enough fiber through vegetables and through seeds and all, these fiber actually fills up your stomach. It is not any digestion process. So it holds up a lot for a longer time, and then it cleans up your colon also and takes away. So fiber also not makes you hungry if you have enough fiber. That's why vegetable is what I've been talking so much about. Protein for a vegetarian comes from curd, and it can be any non-veg for anyone, but limited to 1 or 2 cups so that the balance is maintained. And hence the body is demanding you the protein and fiber. It is not asking you for more carbs, which comes through your biscuits and buns and your mixtures and all kind of things that we eat is what the carb is what we're feeding. Whereas actually the body is asking for protein and fiber, right? And the last thing which is very important, which Rahul had mentioned, is water. Water is a simple formula. Your weight into 3.3%. Of whatever 3.3% of your weight, that you have to take in liters. If you have that, roughly between 8 glasses to 12 glasses, it will come. So if you can have between 8 glasses to 12 glasses, it will ensure that you have enough water. Body needs a lot of water for food processing, for carrying things. The blood is consisting of a lot of water. The blood has a lot of, the blood part is a lot of water. Your body itself is about 70% water. So it needs a lot of water. When you sweat, again, the water is required. So if you're not replenishing it, the processes are getting stopped. Again, the food demand or the hunger demand is largely water. So if you have anything between breakfast, lunch, and dinner, start with a glass of water and then think if you still feel hungry. If you still feel hungry, try to have something which, like nuts or something, which is largely protein based, and your hunger will come down. But if you have a balanced breakfast, lunch, dinner, you'll never have this problem at all. In each meal, I'll tell you, break down into much more simple. what is essential and what you can have for your palate. 2 cups of fruit or sprouts or salad in the morning, breakfast, or 2 cups of curd. Curd can be replaced with 1 cup of curd can be replaced with an egg or a non-veg. And rest is for your taste palate. Rest is completely not for your body. The body doesn't need that. It is for your taste palate. The carbs also comes from your seeds and fruits and everything else. So you don't have to worry about carbs so much. I'm not asking you to stop carbs. I'm asking you to stop refined carbs and all the processed foods. Remember the 1/4 portion. The bottom is only the 1/4 portion. Above what I've written as essential is what consisting of your 3/4 portion of your food. Very similar for lunch also, if you will go back and see, the fruits get replaced with vegetables. You can have sprouts also in a various forms. In a nice tasty curry form also, you can have it as sprouts. In Maharashtra, they call it as usal, which is beautiful, like what we make any karakorambu or any sambar in South. Just usal is put, the whole grams are put inside, whole pulses are put inside and made. That's also very tasty and you can have it. And same thing is for dinner, there's no change. It's very simple. If you can remember your 3/4 and 1/4, you can never ever go wrong. Eat more vegetables as much as possible. Have your 2 cups of fruits a day. This is all will really help you to take you forward. It is as simple as that. And you don't have to tell your family to cook something special. Whatever is cooked, if you can balance this, just the only replacement that you have to do is, I'm not going to have those 3 dosas or 2 chapatis and 4 chapatis. Now I'm going to have more of curd and more of vegetables and more of fruits. If that combination is being told, in fact, the family will also be happy. It is much easier to cook a vegetable than make chapatis or dosas. So they'll also be happy, and it will be much easier for all of us to balance the food and give the right kind of nutrition to our body. Very simple. If you want it really bad enough, you will find a way to do it. There is no other option for it. If you really have that, I need to do this, it will happen. It's as simple as that with this food method that you can employ to do that. So thank you so much. I'll be open for some question answer sessions. I don't know if some questions has been posted or people can unmute and ask me questions directly.
Thank you so much, Jay. As always, a Master Blaster session. Thank you, Rahul and Venkatesh sir. I mean, both of you were awesome. And I mean, how can it be more simplified than what you have said? It was cups and spoons last time, Jay. This time it is 3/4 by 1/4. A lot of importance on water, of course, sleep and intermittent fasting, and what your body needs and what your tongue needs. I guess, you know, that's a
Correct.
big mismatch, actually. Most of us like to feed our
We always
tongue.
have been.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess, you know, that's the crux part of it. And all the 3 of you, 3 cheers to the 3 of you. I'm just giving you a real big round of applause. I know many of you are on the virtual field, and you can always, you know, give a round of applause for them, show your emoticons, and just a few, not queries, but I have certain clarifications, like you said. I have been following this for quite some time, like, you know, eat lots of fruits and vegetables and drink lots of water. I generally say every waking hour, have a glass of water. So if it's 6 o'clock, drink 1 glass. 7 o'clock, drink a glass of water. So that, you know, you will be awake for at least 16 hours and you will at least catch up with 3. You might not go to 4 liters of water, but at least 3 liters of water would be something which your body would need.
Vidya ma'am, just wanted to add here, actually, we don't need so much of water also.
True.
So what happens is when you have excess of water, okay, it also results in a lot of urination and a lot of minerals being drained away from your body.
Correct.
Yeah, and that is a danger thing. And if you have less, the processing doesn't happen. So the right amount, they say, is 3.3% of your weight, which is very simple. So if you are 100 kgs, 3.3% is about 3.3 liters. So if you are about 50 kgs, it is about 1.5 liters. Correct. So 1.5 liters is about 6 glasses to 7 glasses. So it actually correlates much easier for all of us to do it.
Absolutely.
So just, yeah.
So, no, perfect. I was just going to come up there, and they say even sleep. when generally you say it's around 6 to 8 hours of good sleep is, or qualitative sleep is what we generally say. So even oversleeping is bad, even undersleeping is bad. I mean, anything more or less is going to be harmful. Being in the optimal level always really makes a balance. And what I have felt is having mindfulness. I mean, whether it is sleeping, eating, relishing the food, feeling the crunch of the food or the fruits inside your mouth, rather than just, talking and eating, not knowing what you have had. Sitting in front of a TV and eating, it's also quite bad, I feel.
Actually,
you don't know what goes in, and you are never feeling satiated.
it is very similar to, it is similar to feeding your child watching the TV.
I know. True. So we have Sarla ma'am, who is, shared that very useful session reinforcing balanced diet. Thanks, Jay, for sharing your learning. So thank you so much for joining in, Sarla ma'am. Truly makes, makes us feel very happy that we did some contribution. And Sudama says, excellent session. Sudama is one of our mentors in our Get In Get Fit series, Jay. And there, I am sure you might be knowing Kannan Shankaramadi sir, and this is
Yes.
Sudama. Both of them are role models as couple goals. What they set is something, immaculate, and the kind of what they do it for us, it's been very nice. So thank you so much, Sudama. Truly, each of us, we learn from each other, and this session has been one such great experience sharing session. If you want to add something, Rahul sir and Venkatesh sir, you could come up. I could pin you and we could do that. Vidya Raghuraman says, excellent session. Thank you so much. And thank you, Vidya, for joining in. We have a lot of people who are into running and sports, and there comes to be something called the set point, when I use it in the medical terms, beyond which you don't have a reduction of weight. So I guess that's where all these, inner nuggets come, because that is when, like Jay, you said, your body might have not lost weight only because of the toning happening. You need the muscle breakdown happening. Similarly, Usha Ma says, awesome session. Thank you. So a lot of appreciation, no questions. I think everything has been very clear, put forth by all of you. So if you want to come and add up some points, Rahul sir and Venkatesh sir, you're free to come in. And Jay, if you want to pin in something else.
Yeah, I'll wait for Venkatesh and Rahul.
Yes.
Yeah,
Rahul.
I just have one point. I
just give me a second. Let me pin you up. Just give me a second. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. There is just one point I want to mention, which I think Jay has also pointed out, is that apart from your normal physical, exercise, what you're doing in the morning and diet and so on, it's essential for one to be active all through the day. This helps a lot. What you call as there is a fitness term called NEAT, N-E-A-T, and this is very important. The biggest crime is to sit all the while. Okay, the human body is not meant to sit all the while. Huh? That's why you see the kids, they keep running. My son, who is 6-year-old, he keeps running. He never walks. And that's the way it should be. And I make it a point that every 30 minutes I get up. Of course, my desk, I have a standing desk. But if I'm traveling on flight, long hours, then I make it a point to just stand up, walk, and take stairs all the time. Never use the elevator. And
I've got some amazing feedback, and I think, it is so very important that we thank our delegates, our expert speakers for sharing their wealth of knowledge, and our delegates for really appreciating all. So I'm just going to read out. The Sarla ma'am says, very useful session, reinforcing balanced diet. Thanks, Jai, for sharing your learning. Sudhakaran ma'am says, excellent session. Thank you all. Vidya says, excellent session. Thank you so much. Usha Shivakumar says, awesome session, thank you. And from Udaipur, SIP Abacus, they say, very informative session, just kept it very simple, easy to comprehend. Thank you so much. And we have And we have Rahul saying, thank you, Vidya ma'am and Jai sir, for the new opportunity. It was very nice to learn new things from Venkatesh sir too. Vajreshwari Ma says, awesome session about weight management with excellent tips about food habits. Thanks to Jai, Venkatesh and Rahul. Thank you, Vidya. Vidya Raguraman says, thanks to all the three speakers. Geeta Ma says, excellent session. Thank you very much. And, it really, truly makes us feel so happy. We are in gratitude to all our three expert speakers for pouring their heart out and having, come out of their busy schedule and made this session a grand success. Thank you so much. That was an awesome session, Jai, and thank you so much to your entire team, Mr. Rahul and Mr. Venkatesh. It was really wonderful to hear from all of you. Loved all your nuggets, the intermittent fasting, the value of the mindful eating, 3/4 by 1/4. I think that was a big takeaway. Drink water. And definitely have good amount of sleep and have at least 3 hours of gap between your dinner and your sleep in the night. And if you really want to make it happen, you can make it happen. What a finale to today's session. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the delegates who joined us, because, every Saturday, it is our endeavor to give you the best we can in terms of health. And Get In, Get Fit series is all about having a unison of heart, body, mind, and soul. And we always looking for a well-balanced, holistic way of taking people forward. So looking forward to see you all again next Saturday. And as I told you, Jan 1st, 2022, we are going to celebrate our 75th, which is Platinum Jubilee celebration. And I would just take a little more time to invite all of you. And please do come, grace the occasion. It's your function, it's our function, and let's make it a grand success. And thank you so much to all of you. Have a great weekend ahead. Take care. Thank you.